Hi, hello, my name is Kayla. I go by Kayla Chaos, and I'm here to give you a reading today. So the thing about me is that I have been on my spiritual journey for quite some time. I've always been spiritual, I've always been connected because of my upbringing and such. But I recently have found out and confirmed multiple times that I am now working with, or have been meant to work with, infernals and work with the underworld and things like that. So this reading will be with Goddess Hecate. If you don't seem to agree with that or like that, that is fine. There's no like, you don't have to watch this, you know? It's totally cool, man. Just, you know, scroll right past or click a different video. It's all good. Today we're doing a little bit more of an in-depth reading with Queen Hecate, okay? I think I said Lady Hecate. I don't know why I call her that. This is her candle right here. It needs to be changed eventually, probably later. I did pull some oracle cards, so that will be in another part because I'm going to be reading from the book. But I'm using the occult tarot deck, okay? I am using the meanings of each card, traditional. But I really use my intuition a lot. And I get a lot of channeled messages through the cards in itself, okay? Okay, so Queen Hecate, let's give this beautiful collective that is watching this a reading. I'm not used to doing this angle, so bear with me if I'm a little off camera. But yeah, now that we got that little bit of an introduction out of the way, let's get into it. Also, I do offer readings, and right now they're on sale. So check that out if you feel called to. Okay, all right. Queen Hecate, I'm craving sushi. That is so random, but I just felt like saying that and sharing that information. Okay, Queen Hecate, what can we tell to the lovely collective that is watching this video? What kind of reading are we giving the collective? 7 of Cups. Okay. What else? Please and thank you. Okay, that's too many. This is in limbo. You do not have to take your tarot cards. To anyone who is a tarot reader, or just, you know, knowledge in general for you. You don't have to take your cards sideways, but I personally have been. This is also coming in sideways. Interesting. Okay. Page of Wands and 7 of Cups in limbo. Okay. I won't take these in limbo because they're more facing upright to me. We have the High Priestess and we have the 3 of Pentacles. I'm going to take one more, doing my own kind of unique spread. Okay, thank you, Queen Hecate. All right. The Empress. Beautiful energy. Okay. Here's the thing. We're in a position at this time, especially if you're thinking like month-wise, where we are just given so many options and so many new doorways, and we are a little overwhelmed at this time. We know that this time is full of creativity and passion and things that light us up. Quite orange, sacral energy, okay? Things that just get us going. Think of it like, this is kind of a funny example, but I'm getting like pumpkin spice. Like, I know not everyone likes it, but think about the people who like pumpkin spice and how they are. It's annoying, but they're passionate about it and it's cute. And I think that we're just a little bit overwhelmed with the passions that we so have. Oh, look at this, citrine is here. So here's the thing. Because we are presented with so many options, I think that it's overwhelming, so we're at a standstill. That is absolutely okay, because at least we are acknowledging the fact that we're having many options presented upon us. Where our intuition with the High Priestess is being heavily highlighted at this time. It's being called upon very heavily. This is your inner knowing. This is trusting those feelings, those gut feelings, those little hints of things that we should be doing. And then it ends up being that we needed to do that, and things worked out better for us, because if we did the other thing we were thinking about, it would have been disastrous. We're trusting ourselves more at this time. We're becoming more in touch with collaborating with different people, different energies. We're embracing that. This is a beautiful time. I love autumn. I've always have. And I think especially now on this kind of path for myself, just giving an example, it's time of embracing these energies that are so, it's like the crisp fall air. It's just so like it's surprising a little bit, but it feels nice. It feels good, especially when the sun is shining at you. You know, it's shining upon you, but you also get that crisp air feeling. It's just such a good blend of like all these different like feelings and you know, I don't know exactly what word I'm searching for here, but it's just such a good blend. It's a good freaking blend, okay? So rest assured, if you're at a standstill, that it's absolutely okay. It's absolutely all right to feel a little bit in limbo yourself, okay? The Empress. This doesn't have to be you. This is a feminine energy, you know, and everyone has masculine and feminine energies, okay? And the thing is, we need to learn how to balance them out. Sometimes you're feeling a little bit more feminine and other times you're feeling more masculine, and that's okay. That has nothing to do with, you know, your gender or how you identify. This is just the energies within you. It's like yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. So this reading is more for the divine feminine. But again, even if you are you know, a man or anything of the masculine energy more so, it's okay to still be a divine feminine. That's just how it is sometimes. But regardless, we're embracing this beautiful energy of, like I was talking about, Empress is very in touch with nature, and she gets her messages within nature from spirit and source and whatever you believe in, you know? And we're just learning how to embrace that more. You're getting messages from nature, you're getting messages from your source, your higher self. You're learning that there's other people out there that you feel safe with and that you can talk about these things with, and these opportunities and maybe these ideas. Not all of the ideas, but some of the ideas, and you just are getting more comfortable in your skin. It's a beautiful thing. It's really honestly touching that a lot of us are going through such similar things, because I can also relate to this message. And it's beautiful. So yeah, just know at this time it's okay to, whoever you feel the safest with, if you feel like sharing an idea of some sort or an aspiration or something of yours, it's okay at this time. It's heavily encouraged. It's also okay to embrace different energies in your space if you feel called to it as well. If you do feel called to looking into deities, I would heavily suggest doing that. A channel that, there's a few different sources I really like, especially for the left-hand path, but one that I really often go to myself when I'm curious about someone, god or goddess, you know, is the Lunar Witch on YouTube, and I will give that link as well. Or if I'm also putting this on TikTok, I will also put their TikTok information, because I really heavily recommend them. But the videos I'm referencing, I'm not 100% sure on their TikTok. I do follow them, but I don't know what their TikTok's like format wise. On their YouTube, they have a playlist for deities and stuff, and even how to get into deity work. And I myself will eventually get into that, but they are the ones that I highly recommend to all of my friends. So anyways, it's okay. It's okay to expand. It's okay to feel curious. I don't want you to feel ashamed if you were brought up a certain religion or a way of believing. That's okay, but sometimes we need to deconstruct that and realize there's so many other ways of seeing things and being. And I'm not saying that in a way of forcing you, you know? I'm just saying, like, the reality of life is there's so many different ways that we can have things and do things and be. As long as we're all being healthy about it and not hurting ourselves or anyone, I don't see the problem. Doing your research is not hurting anyone, and I really just feel like someone needs to hear that. It's okay to venture out from what you know and expand your knowledge. And even if it doesn't resonate with you, or it wasn't exactly what you wanted it to be or think it was, that's okay, because now you have the knowledge. Okay? So that just needed to be said. But yes, time is of the essence of creating. You're just beginning. You're a little bit in between that still, but that's okay. There's so many different ways you can go about it. Now is the time to really tap into that intuition. The new year for pagans and those who practice and believe of Samhain, I believe it's Samhain or Samhain. Forgive me, because I'm still learning myself. The new year is Halloween, and that's when the veil is at its thinnest regardless, if you practice or not. And that's also a really good time to tap into your intuition. Do it safely, make sure you know you are protected, you do what you need to do. But now is the time, okay? I'm talking about meditation. I'm talking about looking at a candle and seeing what you see and what you feel. I'm talking about scrying. Scrying is when you have like a piece of, like you could, scrying typically, like how I started scrying, you don't have to do this. This is just an example for people who are curious. Late at night, we have sliding doors to our backyard, and it's all just the black, it's just like the sky at night. And I would just look into the sky and I would see imagery and different messages, and I would do a voice memo on my phone, or I would write notes. That's just an example, but you can use mirrors too, or water, even like the reflections in water and stuff. There's so many different ways. Candle wax reading, any kind of, that's not really scrying, but it's similar because you're seeing imagery and things of that nature. So yeah, explore, make sure that, your creator, like the thing about that is with the internet, I would just urge you to make sure you feel like you trust them, and maybe look into depth with their work and what they do, and see, you know what I mean, to just make sure it's like legit. But there's so many different sources out there on the internet that can help you at this time with whatever it is that you're trying to get more involved in, okay? There's so many resources, so many books. Again, you have to know if it's legit or not, because there are a lot of people who do things out of their opinion-based knowledge, and that's, on them, but I want it to be factual myself personally. So yes, embrace all of these new things that are coming to you, that are being shown to you, and notice the signs and even synchronicities, animals, colors, feelings, energies, numbers, all of that. I would really pay attention to that, even if it's imagery of an animal or a thing, you know what I mean, like just a statues, anything I would pay attention to right now. Okay, that's the tarot part of this. I'm about to get in the oracle part. Okay, we have the one. So this is the archetypes, the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Crans. Excuse me. I'm gonna read from this first. It's a little bit more detailed, and then I have the Samhain Season of the Witch Oracle deck. Okay, I pulled these off camera just because it saved a little bit of time for me. But yeah, let's get into the archetypes one. So this is the one. The numeral numbers, the Roman numeral numbers is 30 because that's 3 tens. So just note X's are 10s. Okay, it looks like this. It's very beautiful. It gives me intuitively just like when you're meditating and you kind of find that source, that light to source, that energy. Usually a lot of people say for them it's a white light. So there's different chapters, or I guess, yeah, chapters you could say. But this is the selves, okay? So, the one. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The one is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet when we are in the midst of its power, a soulman reference falls across all the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away, and we are left with what is, the precious knowing that life is a gift, and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. So when it's light, which means when it's like in positive and good, serves, loves, accepts, and resonates. And when it's dark, ignores, omits, excludes. To me, to go deeper, this is sticking out. Self-Portrait by David White. The unus mundus is a circle representation of unity of existence. Is it possible that the beginning and the end of all things is love? And then it is said that Om is the primordial sound of the universe and that all other mantras are born from it. Simply imagining the possibility will activate the one. So kind of what I was saying, honestly. It's just, you know, I always do think that everything does kind of reference back to love, you know, because that's how most things are made. And that's literally what this reading is about, your passions and things that you love, and tapping into it more and expanding more, and it causing something, just a big shift in you. Okay. All right, and voices. So this is card number 42. Okay. It says, with a tug at the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. So again, this is like very much listening to that higher self and intuition. Intuitively, that's what I get, and from what the card says. The cards can always mean different things, but we want to always use our intuition too, you know, regardless. Okay. So keywords for this is encouragement and inner knowing. Voices surround us, but we have to listen carefully. The powers speak to us in many different ways, encouraging us as we travel along our path. There is a voice that can be found in the plants, animals, colors, shapes, winds, and rains. There are clues offering us guidance and encouragement as we make our way back to the true self. Spirit speaks to us in simple signs, faint sounds, and subtle cues. Our wise ancestors knew this. They knew everything has something to say for those who know how to listen, not just with their ears, but with their entire body, mind, and soul. This card has come to you as a reminder to listen to the guidance offered by Spirit through your environment. One of the best ways to connect is to go out in nature. Ask a question to the wind and listen for an answer. Perhaps a plant suddenly moves nearby or something floats on the wind just in front of your face. These are all signs from Spirit. Ask your question and wait for the powers that be to answer. Be open-minded about the ways an answer can appear. Look for synchronicities or for consistent signs that come together to tell a story. Something is a sign if you feel a connection to it, no matter how silly it seems. Trust in your ability to receive the language of Spirit. The powers that be will see this and will offer more to you. That's beautiful, and I love that. That's literally what this whole reading is about for intuition. Okay, and I literally, I just love that from, see, with me and my intuition. I love that so much. And I hope that that encourages you, okay? I hope whoever watched this got something really powerful and healing, because that's what I always want to give, is a healing and powerful and encouraging message. You know, so I really hope that whoever watched this all the way through can reflect and embrace these changes and go forward. And now it's okay to have days where you don't, and where you're just sitting and staying still and resting. But I really hope that you listen to your intuition more and just embrace it for what it is, because it is powerful and it will help you in so many different ways. It is a journey. It's not always easy, but it is beautiful in the long run, and it can bring you to so many new and beautiful things and journeys in itself. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that message from me and Lady Hecate. Now, when I do messages, I don't reference her a lot, or the guide itself, or God, or anything, because I want it to be known that it's coming from her anyways. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Blessed be.